Marketing That Works is the podcast for business owners who want to move their brand forward so that they can bring in more sales and clients. I'm Danielle Harris, and I'm bringing you what I know from more than 12 years of experience in traditional and online marketing. I have created marketing strategies for businesses of all sizes, from multi-million-dollar corporations to early-stage online businesses. Remember, some marketers chase fads. I believe in mastering the fundamentals. Let's talk about being observant. As a coach, as a business owner, your job is to be observant. Looking to see what is happening in your industry as a whole, seeing what the popular train of thought is, noticing what direction your chosen field is taking, all so you can better position your business, so you can stand out from the rest and offer your people a great experience. That's part of the job of being a business owner. That is a part of doing the job of marketing. There's this trend, specifically in the coaching space, to advise people not to look to others. Don't worry about them. Do you. Create your own magic. And I'll be honest with you, as a solo business owner, marketing a business can be real personal, and a lot of comparison can pop up, a lot of feeling not good enough, and then starting to copy. And for your own confidence and mental health as a person, as an individual, it makes sense to listen to that advice of keeping your head down, not look to others, and just focus on yourself. But we need to balance this needing to protect your peace with the reality of running a business. CVS is not out here saying we're going to keep our nose down and we're not going to worry about Walgreens and what they're doing. We're just going to focus on us. You best believe that when CVS realizes that a Walgreens is opening up down the street, they want to know about it. The local coffee shop owner is going to want to know what the latest trends in coffee orders are going to be so that they can be prepared. It makes sense for you to be aware of what's happening and going on in your industry. As a business owner, part of what you're signing up for is looking out in your market and seeing what's happening. In the previous episode 24, I explained a framework of helping you understand and be tuned in into your audience so that you can grow your business. So go back and listen to that if you haven't already, because there I explained the look, listen, act process, and that's how you're going to understand what your audience wants and what they need, and how it becomes so easy for you to know what's happening in your industry and also know how to talk to your audience and get them excited to work with you. So in today's episode, we're going to dive into why keeping a watchful eye on your industry is not just important, but essential for your business's growth and success. We're going to talk about why the first step of the 3-part framework, the looking part, is so important to helping you position your business strategically, how it's going to help you stand out from the competition, and how it's going to help you offer a unique value to your clients. So let's get into this episode. As a refresher, this looking part of the 3-part framework is going to be about getting and seeking information on the people you want to help, seeing what's happening in the industry as a whole, looking to see what questions are coming from your ideal clients, and looking to see what types of services are being offered. It is all about becoming aware of what is happening in your niche, in your industry, in your corner of the internet. When I was working in the concrete industry, this is the work I would do all the time. I would look up information on what other construction industry events there were out there. I would look up what type of topics people were talking about at concrete conventions. I'd look at how many days were these events, when were they taking place, where were they taking place, how many people attended. I was looking at all this information because one of my jobs was to organize workshops and conferences. And I'll be so honest, it would be easy. It would have been so easy for us as an organization just to decide, hey, we're going to have this workshop on how to pour concrete in the hot weather, and we're going to do it at this location, at this time, with this speaker. It would have been so easy for us to just decide, yep, we got this idea, we're going to do it, let's go for it, go ahead. But instead, we decided that actually it makes more sense for us to know and understand what's actually already happening and going on in the industry. We're looking at, okay, is there another organization talking about a similar topic? What topic specifically are they talking about in this? Is there a niche or an aspect or perspective that they're talking about that we could possibly either do better, or are they missing something? What caliber of speakers are they having at this? How long are these conferences that they have? Where are these conferences happening? What time of the year are they having it? Like, doing that type of research into this type of event, it makes so much sense to be able to judge and determine, is this something that the market actually wants and needs on this? Is this something that we can do bigger or better? Having this type of background information and looking out into the industry and seeing what's going on, it just makes sense from a business perspective to see what's happening, what's going on, and how you can make the best decision to go forward. This is the same type of work I want you to do in your business. Looking out into the industry helped us to see the gaps and helped us make better and more informed decisions. And this is just part of the reason why it is so important for you to do this looking step of the framework, to really see what's happening in your industry on a regular basis so that you can make more informed decisions on your business, what direction to take, what offers to sell. And this is just part of the reason why it is so important to do this looking step of the framework, to really see what's happening in your industry on a regular basis, to see what people in the market are saying, to see what other players in the market are doing, because that is going to allow you to do two things. The first thing is it's going to allow you to see patterns and trends. And second, is going to help you position yourself as a leading industry voice. Let's start with the first one, noticing patterns and industry trends. So here's the thing. A lot of times what happens when you first start your business, you kind of look around, not really do like a deep look around of your industry, but you say like, okay, I joined this group program. It looks like everyone in this program is doing this thing, so I'm going to do it too. And you just kind of go with the flow. And I like to think about this of remember the movie Finding Nemo, where Dory and Merlin, they were going off, they were looking for Nemo, and they ran into Crush, the turtle. And they were just like, oh, we're trying to get to Peace, Sherman, Wallaby, Lang, Sydney. They were going to Australia. And they were just like, we need to figure out how to get to Australia. And they were just going to like, oh yeah, we're going to follow the EAC, the East Australian current, and just kind of like flow and like go with the trends and the currents in there. So there is like just like bouncing around in that current, just like it's kind of just like leading you wherever, versus being able to like, oh no, I can look from above and decide like, oh yes, this is exactly the path and the route that the current's going. I know exactly where I'm going. I know exactly how to navigate all of this. I can anticipate any swirls that are going around, this, that, or the other, because I'm able to look above. I can see what's happening and see what's going on and navigate it effectively. I don't know why the imagery just popped up into my head, but like when you are experiencing what's going on, you're just kind of just like, oh yeah, I feel like everyone's kind of shifting in this way or that way. I don't know exactly where it is that we're going, but like I feel shifts, I feel movement, I feel things that are going on. Versus when you're able to take yourself back, pull yourself apart and look and really observe and see what's happening, what's going on in the landscape, you're able to see like, oh, this bump right here that's happening because of this trend that's happening over here, or because these decisions are being made, or because people are becoming more discerning because of things that people are experiencing. These are the conversations that are happening. When you're able to observe from that perspective, then you're just like, oh, of course it makes sense that things are shifting in this direction because these are the things that are happening. And so when you're able to take yourself above and just kind of see, okay, here are the patterns, here are the things that are happening and it's going on, you're able to take more strategic measures. You're also able to see what things are missing. What are the things that I should be doing that other people aren't talking about? When you're able to have this broader view of what's happening and what's going on, because you are being intentional and because you are looking, you can make smarter decisions. You can decide, oh, it looks like people are having a longer time before they're deciding that they want to work with someone. And so what I can do during this time is I can build more trust, but I can talk about more of my clients' wins, or I can talk more about the experiences that I have. I can share my story, my background more so that people feel as if, oh yeah, if I do work with this person, like they know what they're talking about. They know what they're doing. They've been in the field for a while. They've worked with this this many people, they've gotten this many people results. They have these unique ideas and these perspectives. They have this thought leadership that can position them and that can really help me and the struggles that I'm going through. When you're able to look at things from that perspective, then you're going to be able to make more powerful and more informed decisions. And not only that, you'll be able to make them faster than people who are not being observant of their industry. And the second thing that looking at your industry is going to do is going to help you stand out and become a leading industry voice. Now, if you are a life coach and you are noticing that a lot of other life coaches are talking about the same couple things, but you have been noticing patterns and you have been noticing that people are making different decisions, you can then be the one that says something different. You can be the one that says like, hey, I know that a lot of the people that I work with, say that you work with a lot of career-driven women, you see that like, hey, I know that a lot of people are talking about these things when it comes to raising the family and working, but I want to talk about this because this isn't a conversation that we're having enough of. That's going to make you an industry leader. You are standing out. You are having conversations about things that other people aren't because you studied your industry. You are not doing what everyone else is doing, and you're saying the things that people either have forgotten about, haven't realized, or don't think are important. Now, I know that becoming an industry leading voice, it sounds very big, sounds very grandiose. It sounds like, oh my gosh, like I essentially and getting myself a PhD and be able to look and study and do all this stuff. It's not as big or as intimidating as all of that. It's simply you are becoming the person who is saying things that actually people have forgotten about or have taken for granted or just don't notice that this is the thing that's becoming a bigger deal. I know that the thing that you're going to come up with is, I feel like there are so many people saying so many things that I am not going to be saying anything different. And what I'm saying here is that when you take a look at the industry that you're in, you are going to notice that people tend to gravitate to a couple things. What are those couple things that they are gravitating towards? And what is some nuance that's happening in those conversations that you aren't hearing, that people aren't saying? That's the level of observation that needs to happen for you to be able to say, hey, this is what I'm going to bring to the table. This is the conversation that I want to lead. There are gaps. I guarantee you there are. And what I want you to do is be able to go through to look at and to see what those are, and then market and position yourself as the leader that can help people navigate through those nuances that aren't being talked about. I want you to be able to stand out from that sea of the sameness. And when you do this looking step, when you're able to see the patterns, when you're able to stop just being part of the flow of what's happening and what's going on in your industry and truly able to observe and make note and make comment and do things differently, you are going to show up to market your business so much more powerfully. You know that feeling when you go and you've studied for a test and you're just like, I know what's happening. I know what questions are going to be on there. They're not going to be able to trick me up with anything. I've done my research. I've done my studying. I've done my work. I'm ready for this. That's how you're going to approach marketing your business when you take this approach. When you truly look at your industry, you're just going to be like, oh, it is obvious. I know exactly what things that I need to look at and focus on. I know what to do. I know how to show up in my marketing. I know what content I need to put out there. I know what words that I need to say because I've done this work. And you'll market your business so much more confidently because you know how your services, your coaching, and your thought leadership, how they're all different from everything else that's being said out there. This is a process that I help my one-on-one clients with all the time. I spent years doing this in my corporate job, so I know how to observe an industry. I know how to use that to create marketing that positions you as a leader. I know how to turn what you learn from truly looking at your industry into marketing that gets people excited to work with you. When you work with me privately, I help you master this look, listen, act framework, and I'll show you how to apply it consistently so that you're always in tune with what your audience needs so that they are excited to come work with you. Right now, I'm currently taking sales calls to work with private clients. When you jump on a call with me, I want to talk about how we can create a plan for you to really own your industry. No matter if you just started your business or you've been growing your business for a while, will help you come up with a plan on how you can truly take a look at your industry and learn how you can stand out and get the clients and the business that you've been wanting. Because when you learn how to really observe your industry, you'll learn what marketing moves you can make to get the clients and the business you want. Go to the show notes and you'll see a link to schedule a call to work with me. Okay, y'all, until next time, I'll talk to you soon. If you want more marketing that works right in your inbox, head to the show notes and sign up for the email list. You'll be the first to know how you can work with me on mastering your marketing.